Give it a good run up. Beautiful on the landing. Hello and welcome back to MudRunner. That's been a phrase I've been saying, well, a little bit more lately than I have in the past, and one of the reasons why we're saying it today is because RockRunner Gaming recently released a brand new racetrack map here in MudRunner called Porcupine Racetrack. Now, there are several vehicles that RockRunner recommends be used with this map, and I'm actually using one of them right here, and this is Banks C10 Pre-Runner with the track tune. So, without any further ado, I'm going to go ahead and show you all around this racetrack, and we'll see what it's all about. And not only will we see what it's all about, but we're going to see if we can put down some clean laps without completely going off into the woods and turning this beautiful C10 race truck into a, well, shredded cheese tin can. Let's try to not do that. All right, 3, 2, 1, send it. Keep an eye on how, oh boy, okay, this thing is quite speedy. Keep an eye on how well this suspension absorbs the bumps underneath it as we go through this racetrack, because there's a lot of small and large undulations in the terrain that this suspension does such an incredible job of soaking up. Now, it's debatable on what would be the best choice for this racetrack. There's obviously going to be a good list of options here in MudRunner. But what I would definitely recommend doing is I would recommend starting with the vehicles that RockRunner recommends and then branching out from there. Or you could go with, oh no, oh, if you hit that jump a little bit crooked, well, that happens. Luckily, we bounced back onto our wheels. That completely destroys our attempt at a clean lap already, but it's fine. Don't worry about it. We have plenty more time to put in a clean lap, right? All right. Oh, there we go. I mean, we picked up a little bit of damage, but it's fine. It's not even it's actually not even that bad. This thing has like 3,000 allowable damage points, so it's no worries at all. And if you ever find yourself getting up to the point where, you know, you're like, oh god, I legit have too much damage, you can actually go into the quote-unquote pits and repair and refuel your vehicle, which is really, really nice. Come on, give it the speed! Oh, that was beautiful. I was so worried we weren't going to have enough speed to actually make that gap, but we did. The biggest thing you just got to make sure of is that you have a pretty even run up to the jump. Oh, no. Oh my god, that was just barely on the edge. We almost cased that one. We almost cased that one bad. Let's see if we can do the step up. Not quite. We cased the step up a little bit. You've got to be moving at a pretty dang good pace to not case that step up. The margin for error on that step up is pretty close. All right, I'm going to actually pull into the garage right there, and we're going to do a quick repair, and then we're going to go back out for another lap, and we're going to see if we can do one with no rollovers, no issues, no, you know, basically nothing that would make it a, you know, air quotes here, dirty lap. And I'm really only classifying, you know, big crashes and rollovers under the umbrella of it being a dirty lap. So, easy, up and over and down, full send. I will say I have had an issue with the game crashing right there at the start-finish line. So I have a little bit of anxiety about crossing the start-finish line, because the last time I did it, when it, like, in practice, before I recorded this video, the game kind of kaboomed itself. And I don't know if that was just, like, a freak accident or, like, a fluke, or if it's actually a continuous glitch that's going to happen again in the future. I'm just going to keep an eye on it and see. Oh, beautiful. Floated that landing. Absolutely perfect. All right, let's see if we can do this jump without flipping over. Oh, yo, we got it. Lost a lot of speed because of the angle of the landing, but I'm not going to worry or complain about that. I mean, that is a big improvement from our previous lap. A little bit of a slide on the exit of that corner, but that's fine. Come on, go for the smooth landing. Yes, not even a bit of damage. Beautiful. Use the banking to carry speed. Not the greatest line in the world. Kind of had to bring it back together right there at the end. Now that I'm getting the hang of this track, though, you can really get into a rhythm with it. They give you a big run-up to this jump, so if you mess it up, it's kind of on you. Oh, and I'm about to mess it up, aren't I? Ooh, little sideways on the landing, but we were able to pull it back together. Definitely not as much damage as we had on the first lap, so that's good. It's definitely a lot cleaner. No rollovers thus far, but, well, I should probably knock on wood now that I've said that. Give it a good run-up. Beautiful on the landing. Absolutely beautifully smooth. Will you, like, not? Okay. Dang, this step up, I messed it up again. I need to carry so much momentum out of that corner to get that step up right. If you don't carry the necessary momentum, that step up is, like, ruined. Let's see if we can keep our momentum going for another lap. Easy up and over. Okay, don't crash the game. Thank you. Whoo! Okay, I still have anxiety about crashing the game as I cross the start-finish line. Again, maybe it was like a fluke or freak accident, but I'm crossing my fingers and hoping for the best that it doesn't happen again. All right, let's really try to go for the, like, maximum momentum we can on this one. We seem to have a pretty good run at it so far. A little bit of a lift. Oh, there it is. Now just give it some send. A decent amount, but, like, not too much. Oh, there you go. If you actually land in high gear, it will kind of pull you out of the jump landing a little bit smoother, especially if it's landing on all 4 tires. Little bit out of sorts. Uh-oh. No flips, please. Okay, it was almost bad, but we pulled out of it. No problem. Little all over the place, trying to keep the pace up. Slight mistake, but it's no big deal. There you go. Just be easy with it. This thing likes light steering inputs and then basically letting the steering center again and just allowing the truck to kind of catch up with what you're doing. Oh, perfect. Perfect. I see now why RockRunner highly recommended this C10 for this track, because this C10 absolutely eats this track for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's so good. Oh, dude, I couldn't have asked for that to go any better. Well, maybe a little bit smoother on the landing, but I'm not going to worry about that. Oh, we almost got the step up. Not quite, though. We were so close to it. Do not lift for that one. Yeah, you could be fully flat out through that entire section. This is a fun track, dude. This is a really fun track, and I am absolutely a fan. All right, we're going to actually stop this thing's engine right here. We're going to switch over to the other vehicle that we have on this map, and that is this. It's Frog's Can-Am Maverick. Now, let's actually fire it up. This thing's kind of loud, and let's bring it into the garage, and we'll give it a quick repair and see how it does around the track. All right, so we're good to go. We're repaired. And I don't think it's going to use enough fuel that we need to refuel it right off the bat anyway. So let's give this thing a run around the track and see how it does. Woo, totally different approach. All right, let's go. Obviously, you're dealing with a much smaller vehicle. The suspension travel is going to be very different, and just the driving dynamics in general are going to be a totally different adventure in 5. Oh, God. It definitely slithers around a bit on power, but because it's, like, so much smaller, it's a little bit easier to position on the track. It's also, it feels like it's got a lot more grip than the C10 does, but the C10 is definitely set up to drive a bit more loose, whereas this is definitely set up to drive a bit more on the grippy side. It all depends on what you like to drive and kind of how you like to drive, frankly. Ooh, terrible run up to that jump. Absolutely terrible. Lost all my momentum. And I didn't want to, like, fully launch the jump with the vehicle sideways, because if you launch it with the vehicle sideways and you land sideways, you're going to catch a tire and you're going to, like, roll over and you're going to tumble, and it's not going to be delightful. And, oh! Well, that went well. I love how I literally described exactly what would happen if you landed sideways right before we landed sideways, and the exact scenario actually played out in real time. Science. This big jump that's coming up has me quite terrified, because I don't know if we're actually going to be able to make it. I'm really hoping we are, but, like, ooh, I don't know, y'all. It's going to be a big one. Oh, boy. Oh, my God. 4th gear, full send, no lift. Oh, it made it just barely, though. That was, like, directly squared up with the jump, full speed, no lift, top of 4th gear. I mean, that's kind of terrifying, actually. This is still, again, full send. Whoa! Okay, so that one you got to back off a little bit, because if you don't back off a little bit, that one you might lose it on. But that was actually a blast. I love this track. But if y'all enjoyed this video, make sure to let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and I will see y'all next time. Talk to y'all later. I hope y'all enjoyed. And we're going to need a cargo hauling setup. Now, This is the fire tank, and as of the date when this was recorded, the PTS has not been updated to the point where this is textured yet. Now, when Season 9 fully releases, obviously this will be textured, but keep that in mind. Now, let's see, we have a flatbed, we have a, I'm kind of going back and forth on what I want to use. There's a tilt deck, so interesting, actually, some of the GGMS add-ons actually work with this truck. That's really cool.